So I came across a shotgun the other day that caught my attention. For a brand new semi-automatic magazine-fed shotgun, centerfire was asking $140. Crazy, right? So I picked it up on a whim to see what it's all about. And that's what we'll be looking at today, the SAS-12. From what I understand, these things were imported only for a brief while in the mid-2000s from dubious Chinese origins. They were originally brought in under the name of Weidong, however mine bears no such name. Simply made in China and imported by DDI in Knoxville, Tennessee. With a serial number of 72, this suggests new ones are being brought in, but that's just speculation and doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. So this is it here, the SAS-12. The entire thing is just absolutely drenched in cosmoline. It's disgusting. My hands are filthy already. But that aside, it seems to be in pretty good shape though. Not bad. Let's clean it up. Oh, and if you guys want to know a secret, here's one of the best ways to clean the cosmoline off of your guns. Alright, so now that we got it cleaned up, let's take a closer look here. It comes with 2 magazines. These are sadly only the 3-round magazines. They come in 3 and 5, but the 5s are pretty much impossible to find these days. 3-round magazines. Very AK-like magazine release here. Just a lever in the back, that's all, nothing fancy. The bolt handle just pops right in and out. You don't really need to worry about alignment or anything, it just goes straight in. I'm assuming there's a spring and a detent back there that catches on that notch. And that's all. They do have a bolt hold open, last round bolt hold open. It's kind of weird. It's like a Yugo AK magazines where the gun itself doesn't have a last round bolt hold open, but the magazines do. This ridge right here basically pushes up on the bolt itself, which stops it from moving forward, which is nice. It lets you know when it's empty, but it doesn't really do much for you as far as reloading, since the only thing that's holding it back is that ridge there. So, other than that, fairly simple. The furniture is just a hard plastic, kind of cheaply molded, but it's not going to fall apart, more than likely. So I'm satisfied with it for 140 bucks. You're probably going to be hearing that a lot during this video. Not bad for 140 bucks. The craftsmanship isn't too bad. It's got a little bit of checkering there, so you can hold on to it. It's not terrible. I did notice that the butt plate itself is a little sharp. Kind of hurts to shoulder if you're not wearing too much clothing. So I'll probably take a file to that. Otherwise, it's all right. It's a little misaligned. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's a little under. It's a little undercut over here and a little overhanging over here. But other than that, yeah, it's put together fairly solidly. You've got sling points here in the back, as well as in front of the fore end here as well. Then it has just a basic crossbolt push button safety. That's on safe, that's fire, it's red for fire, of course. So nothing fancy there, just standard equipment. So as far as sights go, you just have one very simple basic bead sight at the end of the barrel on top of the vent rib. I think the vent rib's a nice touch. You don't always get one with certain shotguns, but I like it. The trigger is surprisingly good. There's almost no uptake there, just a hair really, and the brake is very clean. I'm really surprised by that. That's the most surprising thing about this gun is the trigger, how nice it is. I mean, it's definitely not match grade, but out of the box, it's fantastic, once again, for $140. As far as the trigger weight goes, it's been breaking right around 6 pounds or so, so let's see where that measures at. And there you go, it's just a hair over 6 pounds. So enough talk, let's get it out to the range and see how it does. So one other thing, the barrel does not have choke tubes for it, unfortunately. This one is fixed. I took a measurement of the diameter and it's about 0.69, which is right about a full choke to improved modified, so bear that in mind. So here we are out at the range with the SAS-12. Before we get started, there's one thing that I do want to point out. These magazines, 3-round magazines, right? This one over here, about what you'd expect as far as the travel goes, the push down, how much extra slop you have in there for inserting the magazine and whatnot. This one here goes down quite a ways. And as a reminder, the top of those brass rims only have to come up to about right here or so. So you can almost get an extra one in there, but you can't. So why I bring that up is this one here I have modified to take 4 rounds instead of 3. The follower in these is particularly long, and from as much as I can tell, for no apparent reason. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds in there by trimming just about maybe a 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch off of the bottom of the follower. We'll see if that brings any feeding issues. If not, I'll show you guys how to do that. So from what I've read online, they do recommend breaking these in with some higher power loads, such as slugs or double-aught buckshot, things of that nature. So I picked up a few boxes here, and we'll start it out with that and see how things go. Okay, so we're just going to blast away at nothing here, and just to see how reliably it cycles this double-aught buckshot. Not well, apparently. So it looked to me like the extractor didn't even grab a hold of that one. Let's keep trying here and see what happens. Okay, that time it's just locked open. It kicked the shell out, but these aren't feeding properly. It seems like they're getting stuck on the front ledge there. Reseat those. Get that magazine in all the way. All right, now it's cycled. Okay. That one cycled all right. Cycled okay. All right. A little hiccup there at first, but we'll continue things along and see how it goes. That was the 4-round magazine, by the way. Maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe it didn't. That one went in just fine. We have a failure to eject. Cycled. Cycled. And of course that was a 3-round magazine. Okay, let's load up 2 more mags, see what happens. All right, 4-round magazine once again. Fed just fine. Cycled. 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 Okay, doing a bit better. Maybe it did need a little bit of a break in there. 3-round magazine. Just fine. No luck on that one. Failure to eject. A little bit of a stovepipe there. Once again, failure to eject. And that one was just fine. Now the bolt hold open, it has doesn't seem too reliable, but that's fine. I'm not going to use it anyway. Okay, loaded with 5 rounds again. Seems to be doing a little bit better. Let's see if it gets through the 3-rounder here. Okay, maybe it does just need a little bit of break-in. That was one, well, with the exception to 2 shells here, that was 1 full box of the, what is that, Suprema double-aught buckshot. Let's dump these 2 and put a few more rounds through. Give it 5 more rounds, then we'll move on to the birdshot, see how it handles those. Well, I'm wondering if this will cycle if we don't shoulder it. Some shotguns have trouble with that. We'll see how it does with that. I'm just gonna kind of loosey-goosey it here. Nope, that's a stovepipe. There we go. And that one did cycle. Who knows? This will be the last bout of double-aught buckshot, then we'll move on to something else here. Oh no. It doesn't seem to like the 3-round magazine for some reason. This will be just the really cheapy garbage bulk ammo loads, 7.5 shot. Didn't even make it out. Didn't even try to make it out. That one went. Yeah, it's just really not getting them out there. The ejection, if it does eject, it's just kind of lazily flopping them out. Nope. All right, honestly, I think that's all you need to see as far as the birdshot goes. Not reliable, not good at all. Cycling one out of just a few. That's a no-go as far as I'm concerned. So final thoughts, would I recommend the SAS-12? No, absolutely not. It's unreliable, low capacity, and you will never find more magazines for it. Maybe you can work some gunsmithing magic and slick out the action, open up the gas ports perhaps, and maybe I'll do another video on that some other day. But for now, just get a Maverick 88 or an H&R partner pump. As far as the SAS goes, forget about it.